So this is Castor's final deworming session, so it's only number 3. We're actually deworming. He was a quick study, like he figured it out really quick. But I'm just, again, with that empty plastic syringe, I'm just gonna review the session here real quick and review everything that we've worked on so far. And so he's fine with targeting that syringe to his mouth, and you can't really see because I'm kind of in the way, but that's what we're doing there. I should have probably stepped, like, turned slightly so the camera could see, but I couldn't really tell from that angle. There we go. That's better. But I'm just gonna let him chew and hang out because I am gonna reinforce him and feed him, but when I actually give the dewormer, I don't want all that stuff in his mouth because I don't want him to spit it out. But in the meantime, I do want him to chew so he doesn't have like an abundance of food in there. Hang out here. And I'm just gonna go through all the things that we've worked on. So kind of from the beginning real quick, like, okay, can you target this? Okay, can you target with my hand there? Can you put the syringe in the corner of your mouth? Great, okay. And then I'll show him the new one and we'll see how it goes. So go back to where we were. Kind of put it in his mouth a little bit. He wasn't super thrilled about that. We probably could have worked on that a little bit more since we hadn't really done like a whole, like, putting the whole thing in there, but that looked decent. So I made him up a bucket to reinforce with him with afterward so that I can give him the dewormer and then immediately just like give him the bucket. So that's the idea here. So now that he's gonna let me go ahead and put the syringe in the corner of his mouth and he's fine with that, and I can actually like push the plunger down. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the dewormer and see how it goes here. And I'm gonna start the process over just like I did with the syringe. Like, I just have him target it because it smells different. This is not the same situation. So it's not the same as the empty plastic one for sure. So he went to target it on his own. I didn't ask him to, but I'm going to reward that because I want him seeking it out. Then I'm going to let him chew again because I don't want him to have a ton of stuff in his mouth here. And put it in the corner of his mouth. He was not a super fan of. There we go. That was easy. So like the first time he kind of was like, it smells weird. Like, it definitely is, you know, not super appealing to all horses. I don't know. When I deworm both the Mustangs, they seem to like this flavor. I'm not sure why, but when I first put it in his mouth, he was like a little worried about it. And then the second time, like, he was holding still really nicely. So I just went ahead and put it in his mouth. And then I had already prepared this bucket. So he gets a big reward and just gets to chew on this chopped hay and hang out because he was fantastic with that. Like, if you want, like, later on, like the next day, you can bring back the plastic syringe and then do the same prep steps that we did before and click treat him for targeting it just to kind of even it out too.